Hello, everybody. Today's another day. It looks like the Somali fraud gang isn't getting away with it like they thought they would.
Hi, Bill. Good morning. Yeah, we have had a photographer there at the daycare since this morning, capturing video of those federal agents just going in and out of the building, collecting evidence as part of the DOJ's fraud investigation in Minnesota. Take a look at this video here. Sources tell Fox that federal agents are raiding about 22 businesses across Minneapolis this morning, and sources say many of them are tied to Somali-owned operations. All of this comes after that viral YouTube video from Nick Shirley. It was back in December. In that video, he visited different childcare centers, and you'll remember they were either closed or there were just no children inside, despite receiving state childcare funding. Now, the location that you're looking at right now, it's the Quality Learning Center. This is the daycare. It went viral. It blew up on social media because of a sign outside with learning that was literally misspelled. The Education Secretary at the time claimed that the daycare received $1.9 million while, quote, masquerading as a daycare. And then shortly after that, the Trump administration announced it was freezing child care funding to Minnesota and calling for a full audit of certain daycare centers. And just checking my emails now, it looks like we got a statement from DHS sharing, quote, Homeland Security investigations in cooperation with our law enforcement partners executed criminal search warrants in Minneapolis relating to the rampant fraud of U.S. taxpayers' dollars. And as you could see there, federal agents still outside one of those daycare centers where they have been the last few hours. And all of this comes as Governor Tim Walz is expected to deliver his State of the State address tonight. And it obviously comes with a lot of questions over oversight.
Fantastic news. I don't know about you guys, but I'm absolutely over being robbed by these people. Do you remember what they said after the news story came out?
Good morning. My name is Nasrullah Mohammed. That is spelled Nasrullah I'm the manager at Nokomis Daycare Center, and today I want to talk about what happened yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was called by the owner because unfortunately someone came in to our daycare. The cleaner called the owner and told him what happened and the vandalism that happened. The owner called us. Me and another manager came into the scene around 6 a.m. We looked and saw what happened, and we saw that the suspect came in from the back, broke in from the back kitchen, and he also destroyed the wall to come in. As he came in, he broke a door from the wall from Family Dollar from the side. He couldn't, unfortunately, we don't know if that he went in or not, but we saw that it was damaged. As we walked around the daycare, we saw that our office doors was broken into as well. We saw that, unfortunately, there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual made this all happen. We've been receiving hateful messages through our voice notes threatening us the past couple of days, including one that happened yesterday morning after the break-in. This is frightening and exhausting because this is happening to us Somali communities as Somali Americans. We are supposed to stand with each other and help each other through everything that's happening. This is also sad that a video can cause all of this. I want to say that there are hundreds of daycares out there, Somali daycares that are out there, and we all help our children and everyone in our community. We have high quality daycares, and this is very sad news that one individual who made a false claim about fraud that is happening in the daycares engaged everyone else to come and do this to us. We are not a part of any harmful things that are being said. We have no problem with CCAP, and our licensing has been good, even the inspections. I want to say no intimidation is going to stop us from what is happening and upguiding our community. Thank you very much.
Yeah, totally believable. And this guy's just a fantastic liar. If I ever need to come up with an excuse real fast, I know who to call. And his license has not been good. A staggering 95 violations from the State Human Service Agency between 2019 and 2023. Just because they weren't enforcing it doesn't mean you didn't do anything wrong and there was no violations. They've been protected. And in prior videos, I released Keith Ellison even stating that he would protect this exact daycare. This week they've been playing interference with the same old talking points.
So Somalis brought more than just built they didn't just build the economy, but we contribute to the soul of this great state. And I want to remind you that no human is illegal, ever. You are not illegal. Our neighbors are not illegal. And yeah, thank you.
They sure have a history of this. Do you guys remember when this one came out?
So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know, people don't really see, like, you know, it's you know, people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean.
And of course, you can't forget the master fraudster herself.
Some breaking news now. Someone apparently spraying something at Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and rushing at her. This happened just moments ago at a town hall. Let's take a look.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
And of course, the visual cue to the man, just a little peeky peek, and she's ready to be sprayed, but doesn't leave because she knows it's inert. Now, because I love documentaries, I watch the Locked Up series all the time, and they mix poo and pee, and they call it a Glock dookie. I would assume that if you were sprayed, you might consider that's what it is, and you would be out of there, showering and getting blood tests immediately. But she's a fighter. She pretends like she's about to go into the UFC for the championship belt. What an absolute circus. Let me remind you the type of IQ this woman's working
Are
with.
just idiots. I really, you know, I'm at the point where it's become really hard to have an intellectual debate with any of these people. The dumbing of the United States has arrived, because how else do we get a Trump presidency again?
The last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War XI.
I've never seen something so embarrassing in my life. What if I told you there's childless liberal women who are willing to help these people by lying directly to the public for them because they have Trump derangement syndrome?
Good morning. My name is Mary Solheim, and that is spelled Mary Solheim, and I'm a child care provider in Maplewood. I'm here today to support Nokomis, the child care center, the teachers, the families, and their children. What happened here is absolutely unthinkable, and it is the direct result of the inflammatory rhetoric coming from the constant barrage of harassment from not only the current federal administration, but half of our Minnesota legislators as well. But now a random YouTube personality can cause this much fear. Fear needs to stop. Our children, our families, and teachers and providers work hard enough without feeling scared to come to work every single day. What happened here underscores that there is reason to be scared. We heard last night that the federal government that is complicit in this rhetoric is freezing our child care funding for the entire state of Minnesota under the guise of rooting out fraud. This has to stop. It is dangerous and people are getting hurt. Our child care assistance program that relies on federal funding serves over 20,000 kids in over 4,000 programs. Has anyone considered what happens when 20,000 kids can't get access to child care? That's 20,000 kids whose parents can't go to work. That's 4,000 child care programs whose teachers aren't getting paid.
Yeah, okay, Mary. What if I tell you people like you are absolutely responsible for this? And people like Mary embolden them to continue the fraud, all because they have Trump derangement syndrome. And young Americans are afraid to have children right now because childcare is so expensive.
And many people are saying, including my family and friends, that I will go down in history.
If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
And I do see some signs over here that say stop fraud, and I agree, stop it. There are wait lists for these programs that are years long. There is fraud,
Yeah, how absolutely ridiculous. Alright, everybody, do me a favor. Can you please subscribe? It's the only thing I care about. You getting the information you deserve.